You are understanding that holding a desire means that universal forces are working for the achievement of it by you. You are understanding that, vibrationally speaking, that which you are now asking for, that you see through your physical eyes as you are evaluating the manifestation that surrounds you and concluding that it is yet to be created. Are you beginning to understand that vibrationally it is already created? If you can get that, if you can really hear and come to know that when life causes you to launch a rocket of desire, that vibrationally that intention, that desire, that dream has been achieved. And once it happens vibrationally, it's just a matter of time before it comes into your experience. Now, that time factor is totally in your control. It could be so soon that you would think it is instantaneous if what you are asking for and what you believe about it are the same vibration. In other words, when your life causes you to say, well, wouldn't that be nice? And you are in the attitude of expecting the things that you say, wouldn't it be nice if, to come about quickly, then it comes about quickly. But when you say, oh yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Same words, really different vibration. Oh yeah, sure, I'd like it if, you say. So what we are wanting you to leave this gathering knowing, or at least with a quest to know, is how can I, as I stand in my, in terms of manifestation, unfulfilled, not yet manifested, incomplete situation where I've asked for more money, it's just not in my bank account. I've asked for an improved body condition, it just isn't showing up on the test yet. I have asked for a magnificent work situation, I just don't know what it is yet. So that you can stand in that place having asked, with an expectation of it coming, rather than with a pessimism that it may not come or that it probably won't come. You have to find a way of separating yourself from the facts of what your former life has shown you and begin to look more optimistically at your newfound knowledge of the laws. Your newfound knowledge of the laws of the universe and your newfound, we're saying newfound in a odd sort of way because it's not new to any of you. You all knew it coming into this physical experience. You are source energy in these physical bodies, and without exception, you know that you are creator, and you knew that you were coming into a physical environment where you would be inspired or stimulated to new ideas or intentions. And you knew that when that new desire bubbled within you, that vibrationally speaking, it has already come about, and you knew that your work would be to bring yourself through the power of your ability to focus your thoughts into vibrational alignment with the new idea that has just been hatched within you. It's so exciting for us to watch you because we see you living the contrasting experience that you are living. And by contrasting, we mean the things you really want, the things you don't want so much, and everything in between. We mean the variety of your well-stocked kitchen. And as we see you moving through this contrasting experience, we see you continually doing what you knew you would do, giving birth to new preferences. Sometimes your situation causes you to really want something, and a sort of raging rocket of desire shoots forth from you. Because when you really know what you don't want, you really know what you do want. Sometimes we see you living softer contrast where preferences are born. Oh, I would rather it were this way, is sort of the attitude. But whether it's a strong desire or something that is softer, every experience that you live that causes every preference, great or small, to be born within you, each one of those preferences radiates from you vibrationally like a radio signal. And as it radiates from you, Source energy, who is the larger part of that which you are. Source energy, who is walking every step with you, who knows everything that you are living. Source energy that is attuned to the desires that are being born within you, not to the trauma in which some desires are born. Source energy immediately becomes one with that new desire. So what happens? A source energy vibrational escrow is accumulating on your behalf. A more accurate way of saying it would be to say source through you is becoming more in every moment that you are living life. And so as source becomes this more prosperous you, now you've got to do something, usually in your attitude or mood or the way you approach life, to get up to speed with what your life has caused you to ask for, which the source part of you has already become. We are so interested in you understanding that when you ask, it is given every single time, that we've entitled an entire book that. When you ask, it is given. And it's not the first time you've heard that either, is it? In other words, when you ask, it is given every time. But then physical humans, as you bang around in your physical experience, in your objective evaluation of the manifestation of your life, you say, well, Abraham, if that's true, then where's my stuff? Because I know I've been asking and I don't see it, so something must be screwy. And we say, there is nothing screwy. When you ask, it is given. But you must understand what that means is it is given to you vibrationally, which means it is given. Because once this time-space reality has caused a desire to hatch within you, the resources of this time-space reality are sufficient enough to satisfy it completely. And the beautiful thing about where you live, standing out here perched on the leading edge of thought, is that you get to receive the benefit of all of those physical generations that have gone before you, so that you're born into life expectancy that a generation ago could not be expected. So here you are, born into this very stable environment, getting to sift through the nitty-gritty of your specific experience in order to give birth to your unique desires. How good is that? And when you come to understand that each of those unique desires is answered fully, embraced fully, absorbed fully, become fully with non-physical energy. In other words, source says yes to your desire for whatever it is that your life causes you to ask for. And we don't mean ask with words. We mean ask through the vibrational nature of your being. So, you've become this prosperous being. If you could peer into your vibrational escrow in the way that we do, you would be amazed at the abundance that lurks there for you. The opportunities for satisfying life, the millions of dollars that have been accumulated because of the life experiences that you've lived, where you've asked and 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 asked. Ask and 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 ask. Life never stops putting you in a position where you ask, and source never stops becoming what you are asking for. And when you figure out ways to get into the flow of that stream, you begin to feel the fulfillment that you knew was your promise as you came forth into this life experience. So how do you get up to speed with what you're asking for? Well, you have to feel like you will feel when it has manifested into your experience. In other words, if life causes you to ask for more money because you do not have enough. A woman stopped Esther in a parking lot the other night, in Houston's parking lot. She was driving through the parking lot with her children. And she stopped Esther and said, and the universe delivered her to Esther without Jerry, by the way, because Esther's response to that is different from Jerry's. She said, I have no food for my children, and we are living in our car. And I was wondering if you could spare some money. And Esther said yes, and reached into her purse for a fistful of something. And as she handed it through the window to this woman, she was nose to nose with this little child with great big eyes. And the little child, Esther could feel, was controverted, because Esther knew that the woman was making this up to get money. And the child knew that her mother was making this up to get money. And then Her mother said to Esther, God will bless you for this. And Esther said, God blesses me every day. That's why I have a purse full of money. God blesses all of us, Esther said to her. And so maybe this is your blessing. But I don't think it's the money that is the blessing. I want you to know that you deserve a good life. And it's clear you haven't quite figured out how to get it. But you don't have to tell stories to get it. You deserve a good life. And then Esther said to the little girl, you have a very good mommy. She's looking out for you. And Esther saw the lady begin to cry because she needed much more than the cash that Esther handed to her. Acknowledgement that she could do this. And in fact, in her very unconventional way, was doing it. And then Esther said, life is supposed to be good for all of us. I hope that your life gets better starting right now. And as the woman drove away, Esther thought, I wonder if life will start getting better for her now. And we said to Esther, no, not right now. But a new rocket of desire has been launched within her because she had a different exposure to experience than she's ever had before under these conditions. Usually she is rebuked and rebuffed, either that or pitied. And in this case, she was met with someone who fully expects her to get hold of her life experience and begin reaping the benefits that are her legacy. And that is really the message that we are offering here to anyone, no matter where they're standing. In other words, it doesn't matter if you're begging for food in the parking lot or if you just can't afford the best Mercedes that is on the car lot. It doesn't matter what the crack is between where you are and where you are wanting to be. The process is the same. You cannot feel poverty and live anything other than poverty because life experience won't give you anything other than that. Life experience will always bring you the next opportunity to stimulate the next desire. And what this workshop is about is helping you to understand that from where you are, you can get anywhere that you want to be. But it is really just one step at a time. We think sometimes that what happens is you try to take too big of jumps. In other words, if Esther had said to that woman in the parking lot, you should be doing something different with your children, too big of a jump. If Esther had said to the woman in the parking lot, you know, this is not the way to go about anything. There are other ways to go about this, too big of a jump. But what Esther said to her is, by way of talking to her child, you are a good person and you can figure this out. And in fact, you are figuring it out in your way. It was a softer step for her. And she will not reach abundance all at once, but she will never again feel quite the way she's been feeling standing in that place that she's been standing. And we give this to you not wanting to say to you that this is Esther's creation, although everything is co-creation, isn't it? There are teachers and there are students, and then there are students who are teachers. In other words, this is a room full of teachers. We see ourselves as teachers of teachers. But this woman was in a vibrational place where she was ready for that. In other words, otherwise that rendezvous would not have taken place. The way you are rendezvousing in your life experience, in every moment of your life experience, is law of attraction's answer to the vibration that you are offering. It's not somebody doing something to you that you don't deserve. Esther said to this woman, yes, I am blessed, and so are you. We all just have to let it in. Law of attraction's answer to your vibration is what is surrounding you constantly. Law of attraction says whatever you're offering vibrationally, which means whatever I'm feeling about whatever I'm observing, whatever I'm feeling is the indication of what I'm offering vibrationally, and what I'm offering vibrationally is what law of attraction is answering. So if you want to know what your vibrational output is, it's so simple. Look around. Look around the people who surround you. Look around your own surroundings. Look around your environment. But then we must say to you, don't look around your environment in comparison with what other people are attracting. Look around your environment in relationship to what you desire to be there.